What's up, y'all? If you watching this video, you know PlayStation Showcase came out. Honestly, to me, it's like the best showcase they've had in years. Obviously, you see this video, so you know it's about God of War Laufey. I wanted to discuss some of the outrage around it before we get into some theories. So, you know, as to be expected now, the lead is a woman. So a lot of people are screaming God of woke and we should boycott the game. It's not Kratos, blah, 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 blah. Now, I will admit, when I first heard about there's going to be a game centered around Kratos' wife, I wasn't hating or anything, but I was skeptical. I just didn't see how they can make it work. I was always going to give the game a chance because I love God of War. I've been playing them since I was like 7 or 8 years old and got my first PSP, and I was playing Ghost of Sparta. But as you can tell, if you paid attention to the internet at all since they came out, a lot of people are upset. Not really gonna go too deep into why people are so upset. You know why. And honestly, it's just because I don't think these people's opinions are worth listening to, and it just is what it is. I've seen so many Harry Potter length think pieces on this new game that they've shown only 20 minutes for, and how it's failed the series and this, that, and the third, and they know bare bones about the game. Like, brother, it cannot be that serious. Of course, this gave David Jaffe another chance to hop in and give his opinion on how the new God of War games are so terrible. I think this is a real example of how the internet is, in general, not like a real place. And if you go out into the world, most people really don't care. They just want good games with a good story. And we'll probably get that because they've been really cooking with God of War in the most recent years. So I'm not really too concerned about the guy that said God of War 2018 went in the wrong direction. Because to like a real fan, who cares? Like, to me, as long as it's progressing the story in the God of War universe, which if you've been paying attention to like the greater outside of the pantheons, like the stuff with Athena and her in the greater plane of existence, and if you read the God of War comics, there's clearly something bigger being built here than just individual pantheons. I feel like they've been building up to this for a while, and this is a continuation of that. So I'm all for it. People, oh, it shouldn't have God of War because it doesn't have Kratos as the main character. Brother, okay, now we're arguing semantics. It's a franchise, and it's the next installment in the franchise. Uncharted Lost Legacy does not have Nathan Drake in it, but it's still an Uncharted game. You see how it works? But honestly, I don't even know why I'm giving that argument, because these people know they're being purposely obtuse so they can pretend to be upset about it to get the anti-woke people up in arms about some shit that don't even really matter. Now, I will say it is fine to be skeptical about the games. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they've delivered on every single thing in every single God of War game ever. And this is a big step because it is the first game where we don't see Kratos as the main playable character. I understand that completely, but to act like the entire franchise is dead because of this new installment is just ridiculous. It's especially not to these grifter streamers and content creators who just say it to get a reaction out of people, and to hop in with the anti-woke mob, because they will, you know, anytime anyone says something is too woke, they will go in the opposite direction, whether supporting or not supporting a game, just because they think it's pissing off the woke whatever, right? It's dumb. They're not worth listening to, and especially not a guy who hasn't been involved with the series in like 15 years. And he thinks the games got worse when they objectively got better and bigger without him. Which to me, low-key kind of shows that even in the original games, the heart and soul of the games did not come from him just because he worked on the original project. And honestly, I think it's telling the outside of criticizing the new God of War games and deciding if the new characters in modern gaming are hot enough for him. The most notable thing he's done was get kicked off of Keemstar's lolcow universe thing, whatever, for talking about his wife. But yeah, you know, if you've been around for a minute, you know I've, had a couple opinions about David Jaffe. So, and to be clear, I'm not entertaining any nonsense arguments in my comment section for the simple fact that I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? any crazy narratives or anything like that. If I feel like you're out of pocket, you're just getting deleted, bro. Like, I'm not engaging with it. I'm not engaging with it. You're free. Now, you're free to disagree with me. You're free to be skeptical of the game. But if your whole reasoning behind, if all your criticism of the game stems behind, oh, it's a woman, oh, they went woke, blah, blah, blah. I'm not hearing that nonsense, brother. I'm just not. I feel like we live in a day and age where people try to force you to listen to their opinions when reality, you don't have to. You don't have to respect everybody's opinions. And it's like, oh, you're going to judge somebody based off their opinion? Absolutely, that's what they're for. I judge everybody based off their opinions. That's exactly what they're for. That's what you should do. And I don't have to respect everybody's opinion. I don't have to give everybody the same spotlight. If you have an opinion about it, you want to be shared, and you really want it out there, make a YouTube video. You can decide who makes the comments in your comment section. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. I'm not going to go too far into it because I feel like the more you dig deep in on this, the more it gives them a chance to spread their nonsense around. So I'm just not going to entertain it anymore. I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that. But let's get into the theories. All right, so obviously this is Everwin, which is like the place where they say people say gods, but Faye was not a god. Faye was just a giant. So I'm going to say immortals go when they die. Now, I wonder if this is the greater plane of existence that Athena goes to when she dies at the end of God of War 2. And at that, so they say gods go here when they die. And so that's to let everybody, oh, we're going to see everybody from the Greek pantheon, everybody Kratos killed in the Norse. I'm not exactly sure of that. Maybe not everybody. I mean, obviously we don't know the rules of how this place actually works fully just yet. So it's possible they could just add everybody in just to, Zeus, Thor, Balder, all the big ones, But I actually don't think so. I think maybe we might just see people like Athena and Thor, the ones that died in the special way. Because remember, Thor didn't die like Balder and Magni and Modi died. We didn't see his body. He dissolved or whatever into the next thing. Like maybe he reached enlightenment like Athena had, and that's what allowed him to move on to the plane. And Faye obviously was enlightened because she was the one that led the way in the games for Kratos and Atreus. Like she knew the whole story. She knew what was going to happen. So I figured she's pretty enlightened at the time of her death. So I feel like the mask that Odin wanted in Ragnarok is what was going to lead into the Everwin, which maybe means that every single pantheon in their own realm has a mask like that, which means whoever's making, because somebody had to make the mask. Maybe they're trying to get people in there, and once every pantheon is found, someone from every pantheon has found their way in, maybe something happens. They've been kind of alluding in the God of War comics and stuff, like the in-between between Kratos finding his way from Greece to Norse mythology. They kind of hint that there's something bigger going on, like bigger than Kratos, like something that's gonna affect all pantheons everywhere. So maybe who's ever making the mask, wants. Maybe we're probably gonna find out more about that. Oh, and speaking of Odin, probably gonna see him some way, shape, or form in the Everwin as well. Because remember, Sindri kills him at the end of Ragnarok, and this is where gods go when they really die. Like die. There's a good chance we'll see him too, because Odin he was a manipulative bastard, but he was probably the most enlightened person in Norse mythology. Yeah, I didn't have too much in the way of theories. Just a quick little video. This is something that I had some words to talk about. I wanted to share it with my people. So if you guys have any God of War theories for Laufey, leave them in the comment section. We can talk about it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys got something of value out of this. Appreciate you guys. Peace.
If I had stolen home, I'd have been the hero. Instead, I'm the ghost.